Dragon Ball has always thrived on its ability to evolve, whether it's introducing new transformations, diving into multiversal lore, or reimagining classic characters. But with the release of Dragon Ball Daima and a renewed interest in Dragon Ball GT, fans are asking a critical question. If both of these series are now considered canon, does Dragon Ball Super still hold any real importance? The answer is complicated, but ultimately yes. Each continuation offers something different, and Dragon Ball Super still carries tremendous weight in the franchise's legacy and future. The rise, fall, and reappraisal of GT. When Dragon Ball GT debuted shortly after Dragon Ball Z ended in 1996, it promised to continue Goku's story beyond the Peaceful World saga. Though not penned by Akira Toriyama, it was developed by Toei Animation with his blessing. GT took bold risks, transforming Goku back into a child, exploring the abuse of Dragon Balls through the Shadow Dragons, and introducing the now iconic Super Saiyan 4. Initially criticized for tonal shifts and pacing, GT nonetheless carved out a unique legacy. It was the first and only series to move significantly beyond Z's ending, showing aged versions of fan favorites and attempting to give Goku a definitive farewell. Its ending, showing Goku disappearing with Shenron, was intended as a final chapter. For years, GT was written off as non-canon. But with creators like Toyotaro now suggesting that all Dragon Ball stories can be canon in their own timelines, GT is experiencing a renaissance. Dragon Ball Daima has only helped this reappraisal by borrowing heavily from GT's themes and designs. Daima's canon chaos. Dragon Ball Daima, the final project Akira Toriyama worked on before his passing, takes place between the defeat of Majin Buu and the events of Dragon Ball Super. It reintroduces characters in childlike forms, but unlike GT's accidental transformation, Daima uses a mysterious plot device to de-age the entire cast. Despite its placement in the timeline, Daima introduces lore-altering changes, Supreme Kais and Namekians originating from the demon realm, the existence of Rimus as the multiverse's true creator, and a rewriting of Buu's origin. These revelations conflict with established super lore, especially the divine hierarchy and the role of Zeno. So, how can Daima be canon if it breaks so many of Super's rules? The answer may lie in how Dragon Ball now treats continuity, fluidly. Daima seems less interested in preserving canon and more focused on recapturing the adventurous tone of the original Dragon Ball. It's a tribute to the series' roots rather than a rigid puzzle piece. Super's place in the puzzle. With GT and Daima seemingly coexisting as canon in their own rights, does that push Dragon Ball Super aside? Absolutely not. Dragon Ball Super has achieved several things that neither GT nor Daima managed. It expanded the Dragon Ball universe into 12 universes, introducing angels, gods of destruction, and the all-powerful Omni King, Zeno. It gave us Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, setting a new ceiling for Saiyan power. It revitalized sideline characters like Gohan, Piccolo, Broly, and Android 17, who often disappear in GT or Daima's narratives. It remains the longest and most content-rich post-Z entry, with 131 anime episodes, 2 feature films, Broly and Superhero, and an ongoing manga that continues to tell new stories. While GT and Daima focus mainly on Goku and sometimes Vegeta, Super has gone out of its way to distribute narrative weight across a larger cast, something fans have wanted for decades. The future, a multiverse of canons. Instead of asking which series is the canon, Dragon Ball may be embracing a multiversal structure, intentionally or not. After all, the franchise has always flirted with alternate timelines. Future Trunks Saga, the Cell arc, and various movies all explore what-if scenarios that fans have accepted for years. Video games like Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Dragon Ball Heroes already treat all timelines as valid, letting Super Saiyan 4 Goku fight alongside Ultra Instinct Goku. This concept of parallel realities is now becoming canon within the anime itself. Toyotaro's recent comment that all Dragon Ball stories are canon in their own way confirms this philosophy. The franchise is less about sticking to one true continuity and more about offering fans different ways to experience the world of Dragon Ball. Conclusion: Super still matters, so do the rest. At this point, Dragon Ball Super, GT, and Daima each represent different branches of a growing narrative tree. GT explores the distant future and finality. Daima returns to whimsical roots and myth rewriting. Super builds out the universe and deepens the lore. All three can coexist. And more importantly, all three should. After 40 years, the Dragon Ball universe has evolved beyond a single linear timeline. Fans no longer need to argue over what counts. It all counts, depending on what kind of story you're looking for. And that's the most saiyan thing of all: constant growth, transformation, and the courage to break the rules.